Hello again, everybody. For some of you, I only saw you half an hour ago. If you missed my live over on Michelle Walks, please do go and check it out because some really good information in there, even if I say so myself. So, yeah, go and check that out. So today we are talking about Kiely Rodni, and I'm going to put a case together against foul play. Now, it doesn't mean to say, let me just be very, very clear. It doesn't mean to say that I don't think there was foul play. There could have well be. There could well have been foul play. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. But what I refuse to do is speculate at this stage on what type of foul play or who could have been involved or anything like that until we get the results of the autopsy and the FBI conclude their analysis of Kiely's car. Then I don't want to speculate. However, what I want to put across, and I've been talking about this in videos since Kiely was found, I've been talking about this. So if you've watched the lives that I've done since Kiely was found and the videos that I've put, I mean, I put a video out this morning on this topic, then you'll know my views on this. But I wanted to kind of lay it all out and show you some videos and hopefully make it clear that this could well have been an accident. That's all I want to achieve in this live. So I know it's not salacious. I know it's not drama. I know it's not involving Ryan Upchurch or anybody like that. You know, it might be really quite boring. However, I think it's important that, you know, if we really want to understand what's happened to Kiely in the absence of autopsy, in the absence of knowing whether her vehicle was in drive or in neutral when it was found, I don't want to go too heavy into speculation. So you can leave now if you were expecting some kind of big reveal on the drama, then you can leave now because that's not what this stream is all about, I'm afraid. You know, I lose views. I lose views, but I don't care because what are we here for? What we're here for. Anyway, let's say a few hellos while we're here. So, Grey Wolf, Paranormal, hi. Scarlet, got my thoughts on this. Now let's hear can't even speak. Got my thoughts on this. Now let's hear yours, Michelle. You are going to hear mine. Cook 13 Doodle. That's a great name. Magic Lady, Trixie Star. Can I mod you, Trixie Star? Because we've only got one mod in here. We've got the lovely Miss Leah, but she has to work alone, and that's a bit mean. And you're a great mod, so I'm going to add you. Right, you should now be a mod, Trixie. Is my screen really like blurry? Or is it just this screen on here? I think it is, isn't it? Is it a bit laggy as well? My internet's probably going to break because I've been on the live for an hour on the other channel. Internet's rubbish. Hi, Holly. Hi, Terry. If it does go down, it's fine. It'll come back. Just hold tight. Don't go anywhere. It'll come back. Hi, Carmel. Hungry Hummingbird. That's a good name. Oh, it's jumped. It's just jumped. Hi, Suzanne. Who else have we got? Daughter of Scotland. Interesting. Just watched Grizzly. So that'll be Grizzly True Crime, I'm guessing. And according to Kiely's mom, Kiely knew the area very well. And if she did, then she'll have known how to navigate the roads, and that could be a factor. So let's talk about that. Hi, Miss Leah. Hi, Mississippi Girl. What else have we got in here? Renee. Yeah, hope the whole story comes out, but I doubt it will. I'm hoping so as well. You know, even if it's just a summary of the autopsy. You know, surely with it being a high profile case, law enforcement are going to, what are these dogs doing behind me? Sorry, guys, if there's like a stupid amount of background noise. I just tune it out. I don't hear it because they're like that all the time. So I'm sorry if it's annoying. What are you doing? Oh, the play fighting. You can go outside and do that. The door's open. Yeah, I mean, with a high profile case, you'd think like a summary, a press conference, you know, like they did for Gabby. But who knows? And surely, in the goodness of time, and this will take a while, surely the accident report for the vehicle, surely that would be accessible, because there's nothing in that that's personal, you know, talking about a body or any, you know, any drugs or alcohol level or anything like that. Surely that would be public. Somebody could put a freedom of information request in for that, surely. But it is going to be a while, I think. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Snowglass. Patty, Jackie, Cats Gallery, Southern California. Welcome, welcome. In my other chat before, I had someone from Tasmania. I mean, that's literally the other side of the world for me. You can't get any further away from me than Tasmania. Hi, Laura, Diane, Brenda, Cat Lover, Sarah Mee, hello again. Marcelina, Grammy B, Isabel, Purple AJ, Jazz King, the other Sharon, Carmel, Hope, Mrs. Nobody, profiling manipulation. That's interesting. That's very intriguing. Is that a channel? Are you a channel? You sound like a channel. You sound like a channel. Love Hearts, Cat Angel, Linda, Joyce, Angela, Courtney, Joel. Got loads of people in. Bama Girl, Shake Fist Smith, Terry, Cassie, Crystal, Jax, loads of people. I'm not going to carry on doing, because we could do that all night. We could say hello to everybody all night, and I'm so far behind the chat already. Thank you, Jazz King. Hello from Texas. Thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, small channel. I'll go and check you out. We're going to check you out after. Okay. Sometimes the small channels are way better than the ones who've got 300,000 subs. You know, sometimes the small channels are the best ones. Anyway, what I'm going to start with is a map. A bit of a map time. Let's do map time. And then I've got some videos to show you. All right. I'm going to share my entire screen for this. It means I can't see the chat on this screen, but I can see the chat on that screen. But there is a bit of a delay on that. So let's just make sure the chat's at the bottom so I can just keep an eye on it. All right. So Google Earth. Now, having seen what Verna, I don't know if anybody saw Jays for Justice yesterday, and she had a local, and we're going to talk about Verna in a minute, because she's put her own video up. So I'm going to take a sneak peek at that. So Jays for, will you two calm down now? Enough. They don't listen. That's the other thing. I tune them out because they just don't listen. All right. So Jays for Justice had a local who lives in Truckee. She's lived in Truckee all her life, who knows the Prosser campground very well. She knows all the roads around Prosser. She knows all the areas. Thank you, Angela. Hello from Texas. $9.99. Thank you so much. She did the drive down from the sanctuary to the water. Thank you, Slot Queen, for the $4.99. Love my channel. Northern California. I 100% believe this was foul play. Breaks my heart. You could well be right. You could well be right. I am not here to say, I know this was not foul play. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here just to say, this could easily have been an accident, you know. And as soon as I found out where Kiely's car was, and I looked at the map and I thought, oh dear, this could have been just a terrible, terrible accident. I mean, there's obviously some kind of foul play has gone on. I said I wasn't going to speculate, but this is fact. Because if Kiely was intoxicated, even if she wasn't terribly intoxicated, right, we know they were drinking. Sammy told us they were drinking. Can believe Sammy? She's not going to lie, is she? I don't know. They were drinking alcohol. Kiely was 16. So who was supplying a 16-year-old with alcohol? It's small change, isn't it? Compared to the loss of someone's life, you know, if there's a bigger amount of foul play involved, then teenage drinking is the least of anybody's worries. However, if it was my kid, I'd absolutely want to know. I'd be furious. I'd be banging down doors to find out who'd supplied my 16-year-old with alcohol. I'd also be spitting fire at people who left her there. You know, like that's why I was so enraged with Sammy. That's why I made videos about Sammy. I was so enraged by just this breaking of this code that everybody should have, that if your friend is intoxicated, then please, please, please make sure that they get home. You know, steal the keys if you have to. Pin them down if you have to. You know, just do something to stop them driving. And the fact that Sammy just got another ride and said, oh, she was too wasted for me to get in a car with her, you know, because of drink driving and all that. You know, she shot herself absolutely in the foot. She really did. She really did. And I think she deserved the backlash that she got. I know she's only 18, but she's an adult. Kiely wasn't. And she shouldn't have left her. And if Sammy really was the last person to see her or speak to her, then she must be absolutely guilt-ridden. Now, if that's the only thing that happened, that's bad enough. But what I'm seeing is a lot of speculations and theories as to how... I know it's 21, isn't it, the legal age of drinking? It's 18 in the UK. Yeah. Even Sammy's underage, isn't she? She wouldn't be in the UK. She wouldn't be, but yeah. So she's admitted to. So who gave Sammy the alcohol? How did Sammy get the alcohol? And we don't know. Oh my God, they're throwing a bone around now. And we don't know what other drugs were on board as well, do we? If there were any, we don't know if there were any. So there's questions to be asked. There's questions to be asked. But with that aside, the speculation I don't want to go down is, you know, did this person plan to kill her? Did this person put her body in the trunk? Did this person, you know, push her to the, you know, to the edge and put, you know, all of that? I'm really not interested in at this stage. Now, if it turns out that the medical examiner gives a manner of death that isn't accidental, then I will completely change my view. Of course I will, because I'll listen to the medical examiner. And if the medical examiner, an expert in the human body and the human death and stuff, if the medical examiner, in his or her opinion, says this is not an accident, then I will believe them. And then I will be joining everybody else saying, right, how did this happen? Let's work out how this happened and who's involved, right? But at the time being, I can see how easy this could have been an accident. So with all that said, all right, so the sanctuary. So we thought they were at this side, didn't we? We thought they were at the campground. So there's actually two campgrounds here. There's the family campground, and then there's another campground right down here near the water, this group campground. We thought they were here, but they weren't. The sanctuary's over here. So last night, Verna said that there's three groups of trees, three open spaces within the trees where there would be space to park a considerable number of cars. So you can see this very easily here. This group, this group, this group. So this area here, I believe, is the sanctuary. Now, I might be wrong. Hi, Scott H. Because if you remember the press release from law enforcement, it may have been from Adventures with Purpose, actually. They said the party was 600 yards away from where she went in the water. So if we take our magic tool and measure it, now it's obviously just going to measure a straight line. It's not going to measure the curve of the road. So this is not exact. But if we measure it upwards to here, that's about 700 yards. So 600 yards is like there. And I'm out in the water there. So it's likely to be this group of trees that surrounds this opening here. So in my opinion, the party took place here. That's just my assumption, based on how far away, roughly, they said the party was. So it wasn't here. Because this, from the edge of the water there, that's only 400 yards to the middle of there. Now, they could have, obviously, they could have spread out, right? They could have been all over this place, right? But I'm guessing it's in here because that's more hidden, right? That's more a nice enclosed space by the trees for a party to take place. Whereas if you're here, you're very, very exposed. But I don't know. It was the 600 yards thing that I picked up on. But Verna can confirm that the sanctuary is on this side, not on this side. So we need to be clear on that. So it wasn't actually at the campground. It was over here, on this side. All right, so that's the lie of the land. And then Kiely's car was found down here, off this, coming down here. And she's gone straight down there. And she was found somewhere about here. Right. Not at the boat ramp, over here, as was originally thought. Here. This was where it was. And I think everybody's getting it right now, because it was frustrating the hell out of me, because I got this straight away. You know, just seeing those images. I got that straight away, and it took some people to catch up because people were thinking it was the boat ramp, which is far way away. Because it would make sense that people thought it was there. I did at first because, you know, I was thinking if she's in the water, she's going to be at this side because the party's was here. But no, the party was over here. Oh, that's interesting, Grace. Adventures with Purpose said a lot on their court TV interview, said, sure, there is a lot of stuff to come with the evidence. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Because if it's foul play, then, you know, this is probably the route she was taken. You know, if she wasn't taken there of her own volition, this is going to be the route she was taken. But all I'm saying in this live is that this could easily have been an accident. So I'm going to show you the video that I made this morning. I'm just going to play a little bit of my own video. Might have to copyright strike myself. So what I did was I filmed myself drawing on PowerPoint, which I'm not great at using PowerPoint. But I thought that if the party was in here, right, and maybe spilled over to here at some point, she's going to have used this road to get out, right? There is another road further up there, which she could have used, but if not, let's just play this. So this is just one way she could have travelled to get into the water. So let's just play this, right? See how bad I am at drawing on PowerPoint, can't you? So this is what I think Kiely did. It's the easiest route she could have taken from the party area, which I think is here, to the water, and then down this ramp. Okay. Now, this is what Kiely should have done. Again, assuming that the party was in here somewhere. Now, this is obviously zoomed out a bit further. So this is what Kiely should have done to get out if she used this road. Now, of course, she could have gone up here and got onto the highway dead easily. Right? Easily could have gone that way. So either she went the wrong way when she went to her vehicle. You know, she got in a vehicle and went the wrong way anyway. She should have gone that way. Instead, she went that way and then got confused. But if she knows the area well, we've got to imagine either she was really wasted, really wasted, and she couldn't work it out. She just couldn't work it out. But taking this road to get up to the highway, this is what she should have done. She should have turned left, not right. Now, there's loads of roads out. So that's just one way she could have gone out, right? But I think, you know, looking at all of these roads, right, if the party's in here, there is only two roads out. You can either go this way up to the highway or this way up to the highway. Whichever way, if this was an accident, if this purely was an accident, she either went the wrong way, she got in her car and went the wrong way, should have gone that way, but instead she went that way, or she turned left, she turned right when she should have turned left. So let's look now at some of the videos that have come out. Oh, Cassie's playing. I'm still playing my video in the background there. Okay, get rid of that. Now, this is Verna. And today, or actually yesterday, it's 26 today, isn't it? Yesterday, she uploaded this. Now, she's the person who spoke to Jace for Justice. So I hope she doesn't mind me. I'm only going to play a section of this video. So everybody go and subscribe to her. She's only got 88 subscribers. I'm going to subscribe to her. So this is Verna. So show her some love and go and watch the rest of this video, because she shows us where the sanctuary is. So she's driving in the direction of the lake. So let's just, I'm not going to put the sound in because she's talking. Actually, I will just for this second. And then I want to fast forward it down to the water and show you that when you get to the end of the road, what a big drop there is. So if she hit the gas, you know, and the thing, if she felt she knew those roads well, and she hit the gas thinking she can drive these roads, then she could well have been going too fast to brake in time. You know, that split second that she had, you know, when she saw the water, it was too late. That's my opinion. If this was an accident, right? I'm just putting the case against foul play. Not saying that there isn't foul play, just saying if it is an accident, I can see how easy this would have been to have happened. All right, so I'm going to play this. So she's going to tell us that she's coming up to the sanctuary. She's going to show us where the sanctuary is. Right, and then she drives down to the lake. So I might need to mute out, but let me know. Let me know if it echoes. Okay.
So here is the sanctuary. This big area is where the party happened.
And remember, she's lived in Truckee all her life, so she knows this area. Sounds good, great. So she knows this area, so she knows where the sanctuary is. And it's not Prosser Campground, and it's not the other campground. It's the sanctuary. That's what it's called by the locals. It's like in my area, we've got like little names for places that don't appear on maps. Like, you know, the hill that I go to, the little hill that I go to with the woods, that's Gypsy Hill to everybody around here. That's not on a map. Yes, I know, Boo. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm showing you it in daylight, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like at night.
See a lot of teepee on the ground.
Okay, so that's the sanctuary. So it's in trees. So it's not right at the edge of the lake, right? It's in the treed area. I know she didn't go down the boat ramp, Melissa. She didn't. Look. This is where the boat ramp is, all along here. She didn't go down the boat ramp. She went down here. Down here. The sanctuary's here. So, sidebar, this picture that's going around and this speculation that's going around about this picture, might as well show it you. This picture that's going around. Where is it? Have I got it? I know I've got it. Let's have a look. All sorts of crap in here. All right. Where's the flaming picture? Is that it? Nope. Oh, it's because I've got it on the other side. Oh. This one. I knew I had it. This one. There's all this speculation that they're looking at Kiely like sinking. Like they're all like rubbernecking, trying to look. And this, when you brighten this picture, right, when you brighten that, that's car headlights. You can see the light source there. And if you really brighten it, you can see another car next to it. So if they're looking at something, they're probably checking it's not the cops. Or it's someone arriving. Or I don't know what they're looking at. It doesn't matter what they're looking at. But they're not looking at the lake. They can't see the lake. They can't see the lake from the sanctuary. They absolutely can't see the lake from the sanctuary. Because you'd have to be right at the edge here. Right? You'd have to be in this area to be able to look down on the lake. Because this is a drop. You can't really see it. You can't see it on the map very well at all. But that lake is much lower. Right? If you look at the elevation, right? So elevation at the bottom here is 1749. So it's 1749 above sea level. When you get to here, it's 1760. Now that's in meters. So that is a big drop. That is 12 meters just from here to here. Right? If you were partying here, it's a big drop. Right? So you'd have to be right on the edge to look down. The partying in here, in this treed area, there's no way on God's sweet earth could they see that lake, let alone see a car sinking and headlights coming up from the water. No way. Basic physics, they can't see, right? So again, at the water's edge, it's 1748, right? 1748. At the sanctuary, 1760. It's 12 meters. Now that's quite flat on top there, but there's no way they can see down. No way. Yeah, probably someone arriving, Stephanie, I would think. Probably just having a look, having a nosy, having a look. Right, so the parting in here, 600 yards. We've already established that here to here, it's over 600 yards, more like 700 yards if you like at this side. Right, so 700 yards away, and you're 12 meters higher. 12 meters is what in feet? 30 feet? More than that. Hold on a minute. Let's ask Google. Right, so what did I say? 12 meters in feet. 39 feet. So it's 39 feet from here, where Kiely went in. Here. It's 39 feet, this drop here. So these guys here are 600 yards away, and they're 39 feet higher up than the water. No way they can see this lake from where they were, and definitely no way they can see headlights beaming up as the car's sinking. So let's just quash that one. Let's quash that one. Right. Okay, let's go back to Verna. Let's go back to Verna. All right.
I don't think they would have had a fire. Probably would have burned a lot of things. Markers. Sanctuary.
Okay, so I'm going to move it on a little bit. As we get closer to the lake. I want it. Let's have a look where she is. Okay, critical turning point. All right, so this is just Verna's opinion about where the critical turning point would be. So Boo says, check out the forensic astrologer's video, astrology map. She circulated the exact spot the car was found in like a week before it was found. Well, people were saying that there was a car down there. People were saying there was a car down there, and they didn't need to be an astrologer. People were saying that they could see something down there. So this is where Verna says she believes the critical point was. Now, I don't know whether this is where I think it might be, but obviously there was if this was an accident, she definitely went the wrong way at somewhere, right?
So this is the critical turning point, I believe. If you go left, you go to the road in town.
Okay, so this, I think she's at where I said. I think. I might be wrong because there's more than one way out, right? But if you go back to this, I said that if she turned left, if she used this road here and she turned left, she gets, it's a straight run onto the highway. There's a left there, and then she's almost straight onto the highway to go back to town. But if she turns right and she thinks she's on the right road, she'd think that going left here would be this left. And she'd be thinking she's almost at the highway. And she'd be, even if she wasn't especially intoxicated, if she felt confident that she could drive these, you know, bumpy roads, she'd have no problem hitting the gas. Obviously, she wouldn't be going massively fast, right? But still, if she's, it's more likely, right. What they say, I remember my driving instructor telling me that when you're a new driver, when you've just passed your test, and remember, Kiely's only 16, so she's been driving less than a year, right? Easily less than a year. My driving instructor said that the danger point isn't when you've just passed your test, when you're really cautious, going everywhere like at 2 miles an hour. It's about a month or two after, when you're starting to feel confident. You're starting to feel confident, but yet your experience and your skill doesn't match your confidence level. So if Kiely believed that she could drive those roads really well, she probably could if she was stone cold sober. So even if she just had a little bit of alcohol inside her, even if Sammy was wildly exaggerating about her being totally wasted and she didn't want to take a ride with her, even if she just had a little bit too much to drink, what do you do when you've had that little bit too much to drink? How much more confident do you feel? Dutch courage. Exactly, Samantha. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, Dutch courage. So if she took a right instead of a left, and then she thought this left, coming down here, was this left here, what would she have done? She hit the gas, come around this corner, hit the gas, slowed down a bit there to go around here. But no, she'd gone the wrong way. Katie, does anyone think that foul play was involved? I think it's a possibility, but I'm not going to speculate at this point. Thank you, Magic Lady, for being a member for 7 months. Oh, you've been a member for 7 months and it's the first time watching me live. Oh, thank you for your loyalty. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I'm rubbish. No memory. I'm completely inattentive. You know, like you might be able to tell that my attention's everywhere. You know, can't concentrate. It's hard work. No idea what I was saying. Anyway, so the point she gets here, right? Look at the elevation. She gets here, right? 1758 meters elevation. Down here, 1748. So 10 meters drop. The water would have been a little bit higher on August the 6th because they've told us that the water level has dropped. So she'd have had even less time to slam on the brakes and correct herself. Oh, I was saying about foul play. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, it could easily be foul play, but I'm not going to speculate at this moment in time till we've got some information from the medical examiner as to what type of foul play that might have been. But like I said at the beginning, there's definitely something gone awry because a 16-year-old out partying, who supplied her with that alcohol? easy to get alcohol when you're 16. I know it is. I know it is, right? But there's questions to be asked. There's definitely questions to be asked. But that aside, this could very, very easily be an accident. You know, somebody, little bit of alcohol inside, she's very thin, only 16, not able to metabolize alcohol really well because of her age and her size, and her gender. Women, you know, metabolize alcohol less well. Thought she could drive really well on these roads. Dutch courage. Gets around this corner, thinks she's got a straight ahead, hitting the gas. And she hit the gas and she's got a 10-meter drop. And once she started to drop, she's going to only see that water at the very last minute, because it's 10 meters from here, 1758 to 1748. It's 10 meters. Thank you, Emily. Thanks for my critical thinking. Thanks for the $5. Let's look at the measurements in yards. So we've got a 10-meter drop, and we've got, before we hit the water, we've got 280 yards, which is quite a long way, 280 yards. All right. Like before she's actually in the water. But remember, the water level, this is just this water level as it stands here. We don't know what the water level was like on August the 6th. Right, so we don't know. When was this? I think they're sharing screens in the way. This was 24th of October, 2020. Okay. Anyway, we're not quibbling on the exact amount of water that was here. All I'm saying is that this is a considerable drop, right? 10 meters. Just see Tom Daly on a diving platform. That is some drop. It's over 30 feet. It's over 30 feet, 10 meters. 12 meters is 39 feet. So 10 meters is... Where's my Google gone? Oh, there we go. $32 feet. 32 feet drop that you'd only see at the very last minute. Thank you, little bit, for the $10. That's very, very kind of you. Very kind of you. The water was 17 feet there the day she went in, and it was 14 feet when found. So it dropped by 3 feet. So it's dropped by a yard. So it was a yard higher. I don't know whether that would have been significant. I don't think that would have been terribly significant. But anyway, she's going to, instead of turning left, she's going to turn right.
If you go right, it goes to the lake. I know at night there's probably no way to see the lake. See how we're on a mountain and you can't see the lake? So even with your headlights on, there's no way she would have seen that lake.
And that's exactly what we see when we're looking at the nighttime version of this. That's exactly what we see. Thank you, Celeste, very kind, for the 350 South African rand. Thank you so much. I don't know what that is in pounds, but thank you. That is very kind. Someone did a night drive. I know, Grace, we are going to do that. We're going to do that very drive. I wanted to show you daytime first so that you get a feel for the road, what the road looks like. It's very dry, no mud, it's very rocky, some gravel. You only get to kind of mud and a bit of silt when you actually get into the water itself, so it's very dry. So somebody familiar with driving those roads would not have a problem with this, right? You just kind of like, just be a bit careful. There's potholes, and plenty of our roads in the UK look exactly like this, right? It's many of our paved roads, the ones that are maintained by the local councils, have got potholes bigger than this. And I'm not joking. I am not joking. They are lethal. If you're on a bicycle or a motorbike, they are lethal. What do we pay our council tax for?
Now you can.
Okay, so you can now see the lake. Look, you can see the lake. However, could you see that at night? Find out in a moment.
Had to been the place you came, judging by the crime scene tape.
So, yeah, I've got this on. She said this must have had to have been the way she came, judging by the crime scene tape. Now, I don't know how much crime scene tape are out there. I mean, obviously, they have to treat it as a crime scene because there may be foul play. They don't know until they get all the results in. So they've got to treat it as a criminal investigation, even if it turns out that it isn't. Because they've got to obviously protect that investigation, because if prosecutions need to be made in the future, they've got to have collected all the relevant evidence for that prosecution to be successful.
I'm not sure if she would have seen the lake or not in the dark. I'm going to have to drive in the dark. So, question is, right or left?
So ZAR is 1765 British pounds. Thank you. Great, thank you. Okay, so there's a fork now. So she takes a left to the lake. If you carry on, like you veer right, then it takes you around the back way, around the other side of the sanctuary. But she'd have gone left, thinking she was doing a left in this place here. This is what I'm thinking. She'll have taken the left. So Verna's here now, right here. Right, so Kiely will have taken a left, thinking it's this left, because there's a fork. So she'll have been thinking, thanks, Laura, for the £8.99. Got to shoot off, Michelle, but thank you for your dedicated coverage with everything you've covered in the last few days. It's been quite a lot. Enjoy the bank holiday. Oh, we've got a bank holiday on Monday. I didn't even remember, Laura, but thank you so much for the £8.99. Okay, so there's a fork in the road. So this would have looked familiar to her, right? She'd have thought, right, I've got to go left to the highway. Don't take the right, go left. It's so sad thinking about this. It's so sad. It really is. Left.
Maybe not a good idea in my car.
And look, it's giving me goosebumps. It makes me feel so sad. So sad.
Sagebrush, you would have seen tracks.
Look. And imagine this in the dark. I'm going to see this in the dark. Oh, Ange, what's a bank holiday? We get 12 a year. So do we get 12 UK people? Do we get 12? It's like an extra day Like the banks are closed. I don't know why they call them bank holiday. The banks are closed. Some of the shops are closed. They're like a workplace holiday. So mainly, oh, thank you, whoever deleted the nonsense dating app thing, dating site thing. Thank you, mods. Yeah. So a lot of workplace, like obviously emergency services and some shops open. Back in my day, when I were a lad, as we say around here, virtually everything closed, like everything. You know, you'd be lucky to get a police officer to come and see you. You know, it was a shutdown, but it's not so much these days. But it's basically a free holiday, it's like an extra day. So they celebrate like I don't know why we get one in August. I don't really know what it's for, but we just get one. The last Monday in August is always a bank holiday, but I'd forgotten. So anyway, yes, Tilly. Oh my God, just look at that. Yeah. So at night, how soon would she have seen that? Because at night, even with headlights, right, that would look black. Look.
Straight ahead, there's some...
Look at this.
burn spots.
Wait till you see this in a minute. So look, it's still gravelly road. It's still, unless she spotted this going as slow as Verna's going, right? If she spotted that, she'd have been able to stop, no problem whatsoever, right? That as going as slow as Verna's going, because Verna's not falling in the lake, right? But imagine somebody in the dark. We don't even know, you know, if she was so paralytically drunk, she didn't put her lights on. I can't believe she didn't have any lights on. I can't believe she wouldn't have put lights on. But with lights on, even, that water would look black. And remember, headlights are going to shine outwards, aren't they? And she's still on the hill. She's still on the hill, right? You're only seeing that water because it's daytime.
Here is where they pulled her car out. I'm not sure this is where she went in though. So you can see the track straight ahead. At night, I don't know that any of this would be visible.
So that's the top of the hill. So she's not going to drive, obviously not going to drive down the hill, because I don't know how you get back up. I don't know how you get back up. But watch. You have no warning. If you don't see that water, if you think you're going in the right direction, you have no warning about this drop here.
Straight ahead is her memorial. You'd have to be flying pretty hard to...
You would. I mean, that is... it's a lot steeper than Verna's making it look. She's not panned all the way up to her car. She did last night on Jace for Justice. Go and check out Jace for Justice. How she pans up to her car and you think, oh my God. It's close, but it's steep.
That's where they pulled the car out. They said about 50 feet out. You see the tracks.
And look, it's still dry. Still dry. Still gravelly. But by this point, she's got no chance. By this point, if she's still got the gas on, or even if she tried to brake, as she saw the water, she tried to brake, she's got no chance. So I just want to see if she pans upwards. So she shows the memorial. So look here. It's just down to the water. Oh, look at that. I've missed it. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's so sad. Right, she's going to pan up, I think. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, Verna made it look easy walking down there. Look at that, guys. Once you started going down there in your car, you couldn't stop, could you? There's momentum there. What would you do? What would you do? I mean, it's horrific. It's horrific. Yeah, good God, yeah. Exactly, Marilyn. Anyway, let's see. So this is Verna's channel. I'm going to put a link to it in the chat. I'll put a link to this in the description box of this video after I've finished. Yes, it is. Wow, it is. It is indeed. Okay, I've put a link to it in chat. I'll put a link in the description box after this video. And this is Verna K, busy mom of 7. Wow, she's got 7 kids. So it's Verna K, busy mom of 7. So please show her some love and go and watch the video. Give her the view. And right, we're going to see what this looks like at night now. Okay, so this is on Twitter. I don't know whether this has made it to YouTube. I assume it has. This has been shared by someone called Legacy, or it's been posted by someone called Legacy, it looks like. So this is the Twitter, what do you call it? Twitter account. It's not a Twitter stream, is it? But Twitter account called Legacy. So I'll share that person's account as well in the description box. So this is those roads at night. Dark as hell. Yeah. Dark as hell. Watch again.
I mean, anyway, she was able to make it down this way. I mean, that's my opinion. You know, we're not sure of that, but all right. So here we're going to come to another T in the road. So to the right, so you see that tree in front of us, to the right is another way to get down to the water. And that actually will swing around to the other side of the campground area where I saw that water in the distance. That was more shallow. There is some deeper water over there, but most likely she turned this way. So she went left here. Okay.
So I don't know which way she's going. She's not going the same way that Verna did, by the looks of things. Like I said, there's more than one way to get down to the water. Let's just have a look on the old Maparoo where she might have been. So where's she gonna be? So she takes a right. What did she say? So she's going to take a left. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Stupid. Okay, we'll just watch it. We'll just watch it. Because I'm not sure where she's actually, where she actually is. But we'll see. But I think the main point of this is that she is in the dark, right? Headlights on. You can see the road, no problem. But how far ahead can you see the road? Right?
Okay. There is to the left of me on the ground, there's quite down there. There's quite a big crevice, but her car would have made it, but it's kind of a deep crevice. I'm sure when it rains, it gets kind of muddy, and I hear a lot of people get stuck out here. Back to when I was here on the 17th, we got a sudden downpour, and it got pretty muddy in the location I was at, so I had to get out to make sure I didn't get stuck. Okay, so here's the road heading down. At the end of my headlights, you can see that's the precipice, or the point where she most likely entered the water. That's where all the vehicles were on Sunday.
Oh, I know where she was. Right, she's done it right at the edge. So I know where she was. She's just doing this last bit that Verna did the whole lot. So she's here. So she said, if you take a left, it goes down to the water, and she called it the precipice. If you go right, yes, you can still go down the water, but you go. I wish she'd gone right. I wish she'd gone right, because she'd have gone all the way around here, all up here, and she'd have realized she was lost. Look, if she'd have gone right, she'd have gone, where the hell am I? And she'd have had to turn back, find a way out, wander around, get lost, probably cry, but she'd have rung someone. She'd have rung someone, and she'd be alive. But she turned left. She turned left. If this was an accident, I'm going to qualify everything by saying this is just the case against foul play, because if this was an accident, this is how it likely happened. Okay. I know where we are now with this.
So, all the authorities were...
So you're incredibly close to the water now. Can you see it? Can you see the water? Headlights on. Can you see the water? Do we know exactly where she was parked? In the sanctuary. The party was in the sanctuary, and there's plenty of space to park cars. So the sanctuary is here. So we don't know exactly where she was parked, but we know where the party was. So the party's likely in here somewhere. Like, could have been anywhere around here, basically. But it looks like it was like in the treed area. So she'd have been parked somewhere in here. Maybe here. I'm guessing they'd have been parking all around this area here. Turning chat off and just watching. I do that all the time. I very, very rarely look at chat when I'm watching someone's live. I can't concentrate. I only occasionally comment in chats. To be fair, I only occasionally watch a live because everyone's American. So, they're very often streaming in the middle of the night. So I'm on the replay crew the next day. All right. Can you see the water, though? No, you can't, can you? See the road very clearly. Can't see the water.
Parked. Okay, so it's just right here. Now, if she would have went to the left, there's water over there too, but it's more shallow. And then to the right is, it is deeper over to the right. So, this way, there's a big wide open dirt area here that leads down to the water as well. But I'll just go straight towards the spot where they found her car, okay? There's a little bump here. Right now, it's not as late or as dark as when she was here, but I can see the water. I can clearly see that that's water, and then beyond the water, there's more land and trees. Let's turn my lights off and see.
Oh, my.
It's pretty pitch black.
Oh, she didn't go all the way down. Now, she said she could see the water. But imagine it being darker than that. That looks like, I don't know how dark it gets, how quickly it gets there in California. But for us, like this time of year, doesn't really go dark. Like until, like outside now, what time is it? It's 9 o'clock. And outside now, it's lighter than that. Can't see because I've got a tree covering that window. I've got a green screen covering that. I can't see out. I don't need to see out, and people don't need to see in. That's why I don't cut my trees back near my windows. But I could easily, I could go and walk in the woods and be able to see at 9 o'clock. But by midnight, then it's going to be really dark. So we've got to remember that unless somebody does this route at exactly the same time, then we don't know exactly how dark it was. And she said she could see the water. But I'm not convinced that somebody a little bit intoxicated, traveling along, thinking they're going the right way, would hit the brakes soon enough. But I don't know. Don't know. She might have been running away from someone. We don't know. We do not know. There's crucial moments where we have absolutely no idea. No, I don't want to leave the site. There's crucial moments that we don't know, right? If Sammy is telling the truth and she last saw her at 12:25 and her phone last pinged at 12:33, we've got 8 minutes there. If what Sammy's saying is true, we've got 8 minutes where we don't know who Kiely spoke to or where Kiely went. Now, 8 minutes doesn't seem a lot, but it could be everything. Because it's 8 minutes, we have no idea what happened to Kiely. So it says the moon was 50% on the 6th of August. So you're not getting a huge amount of moonlight. Yeah, pray Sammy's telling the truth. Yeah, so do I. Maybe she was texting and driving. Well, they'd find that out, wouldn't they, from her phone records. Could have been using her phone. I mean, didn't Sammy say that she got a call from Kiely at 12:36? I mean, that can't be true because that phone ping was 12:33. So that can't be true unless she used someone else's phone. And again, we don't know whether she used someone else's phone or whether Sammy was just mistaken on the time. She could have been just mistaken on the time. Please subscribe to Verna. Be good. Terrorized, fight or flight would kick in. She wasn't too totally responses would be delayed too. No, the force of the water. You wouldn't be able to force the door out, would you? So you have to break the window. There's total many cars. I'm lucky to be alive. Well, thank God you are alive. You know, we all make mistakes, don't we? We've all made stupid mistakes when we're young. We all have. We've all made stupid mistakes when we're old as well. But usually you've made a mistake and you live to learn from it. Just occasionally, you don't. And that's what makes this really, really sad. If it was an accident, it makes it incredibly, incredibly sad that it was so easy to avoid. And her friend should have looked after her. And she shouldn't have got in that car. But she thought she could do those roads. It was only 12 miles to her house. And a lot of people who've got drink drive convictions, right? Thought, I could do that. I could do that drive in my sleep. So I was all right. Could do that drive in my sleep. And they either crash or they get caught by the cops, and, you know, get breathalyzed. They get caught and they get a conviction for it. So saying, oh, I could do that route in my sleep doesn't make any difference. You know, drink driving laws are there for a reason, aren't they? They're there for a reason. So, oh God, Scott H. When I was young, I drove straight through a stop sign on a road I knew and ended up in a hayfield. My mind was somewhere else before I realised it was too late. Oh, well, yeah, we've all done stupid stuff. It is, Trixie Star. 8 minutes is a long time if you're panicking. So we don't know. Oh, gosh. You have to wait for the car to fill up. I know it happened to me. Oh, my word. Oh, that's awful. Well, you obviously live to tell a tale, but it would just be terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Oh, dear. No, the windshield wasn't smashed. Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know. One of the side windows was smashed. Now, whether that was something that happened in the water or whether that was something that happened as part of the recovery process, we don't know yet. But one of the windows, so it would be the driver's side window. I've got the photo, just a second. Let's have a look here. Forgot. Find it. Oh, just past the grandpa photo. Gets me every time, that. Where is it? But you find it annoying on a live when someone spends like 5 minutes looking for something. Don't start again, you two. Oh, where is it? No, I've got it. Right. You know the one I mean, though? Like, you can see it like side on. I know I've got it, and I can't find it. Nope. I used it in a video just like 2 days ago. Probably deleted it. I do that. Right, you're going to have this one instead. It's not the best one. It's not the one that I wanted to show you. Right. Right, it's not the one I wanted to show you because there's one where it's all the way out. But you can see the wing mirror's broken. And you can see that this window's broken. But the windshield, I think, is fine. But this window's definitely broken because you can see the shards of glass. So whether that's just happened during the recovery process or it happened in the water, I don't know. But when Adventures with Purpose release the videos, they might tell us. Might they? Might tell us that. Sandra says, good morning. Are you in Australia by any chance? Because it's night time here. So you must be, or are you? I mean, oh, you might be. Are you at the? You're either in Australia and it's now Saturday, or you're on the west coast of America. No, because it'd be afternoon. It'd be afternoon, so you must be. You must be in Australia anyway. It must be Saturday. Okay. Actually, both front windows are open because Adventures with Purpose said they were broken during recovery. Did they? Right. Okay. All right. So broken during recovery. Good stuff. Tasmania. Wow. 6:15 a.m. in Tasmania. You were in my last live, though. I remember, because you're just as far away from me as you can possibly get. You must have been very early when you were in my last live. You must have been up all night or something. There is a front view of the windshield. It looks a bit damaged, I think. Well, if both of those windows were smashed during the recovery, then we're assuming that the windshield would have been damaged as well. Not that I know of, Ant. No, I don't know whether the phone's been recovered or not. I've not heard anything at all about that. But presumably that's going to be like a key part of the investigation. So they could tell us that the phone was found, I'm guessing. But I don't know. Not that I know of. Was the phone with her and has it been found? We don't know yet, because we've not got the autopsy results. So we don't know. For those that don't know, obviously, if there's water in her lungs, it means she was alive when she went into the water, because she would have drowned, right? So the cause of death would be drowning. The manner of death, how she actually got there, was it an accident? Was it foul play? Was it homicide? You know, that's manner of death. But cause of death, if she went in alive, it would be drowning most likely. But if there's no water in her lungs, it means she's already dead when she went in the water. So that is very important, a very important piece of information to know. But we don't know because we've not got the results of the autopsy. So how long that's going to take, I don't know. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll release a preliminary report, kind of like pending things like toxicology, which takes 4 to 6 weeks. You know, we got a preliminary result from Gabby, didn't we? And from Brian very quickly. But it just depends. The autopsy was on Tuesday. So there'll have been some kind of preliminary study done. It just depends. Depends on the medical examiner. It depends on what the law enforcement officials concerned want to do, how much they want to release. So we don't know. People who die in cars are often found in the back seat. Often found in the back seat because they're trying to get out. Because the nose goes in first and it'll float for a bit. And then the nose is the heaviest because that's where the engine is. So it'll go down like that. So you'll climb into the back to try to get out of the back. So you'll succumb in the back. If you're unconscious, hi Cassie, if you're unconscious, then just the way that the car moves downwards might take you to the back anyway. So that's not unusual at all. The back window is wound down. I don't know about that. I've heard rumours that it was, but I don't know if it was or not. Again, we don't know if the back window was broken. We don't know, because they put the tarp over very quickly, didn't they? Now, there is a photo where the tarp isn't fully all over the back, and that's the one I wanted. What are you doing? She's trying to get on my knee. She wants to say hello to everyone. Here's Cassie. Yes, she is. What are you doing? I can't see the screen now. Do you know what she's doing? She's trying to push me away from my computer. Do you know what she does? Do you know what I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. You're not shutting the computer. You're not shutting the computer. Right. Do you know what she does? When I've been on my computer too long, do you know what she does? She literally slams my laptop down. And if I try to protect it, she gets absolutely furious. Like furious. And I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to turn you off. She thinks I've been on this too long and she wants to turn you off. You do. I know what you're doing, Cassie. I know what you're doing. You're not doing it. If you turn me off, thank you, Amanda. I live in a rural village in Lincolnshire. No street lights at night. It's bloody dark. I lost a friend who drove after a few drinks but knew the roads. Alcohol and darkness don't mix. Exactly. Exactly. When you think you know the roads, you don't drive as carefully. When you think you're good at driving, like new drivers do when they're getting a little bit of confidence, I can easily see how this could have been an accident. I really can. Oh my God. She's prizing me away from the computer. I know what you're doing. You're a meanie. I know what you're doing. Right, you're going down because I know what you're trying to do. She'll be furious now. She'll be furious and she will create havoc now. She creates havoc so that I stop doing what I'm doing. She does. She does. She literally, when she's had enough of me on the computer, she slams it down. She goes behind, paw, bang. And it's a proper slam as well. Like it's not a, careful putting my laptop screen down. It's a slam. And if I put it back up, slam. If I like move her away or protect my laptop or move my laptop, she's furious. Jealous. She's jealous. She's jealous. She's jealous because I'm paying attention to you lot and not her. She just wants attention. She doesn't want to walk at this time. The back doors are open so they can go outside. She just wants attention. It's when I've been on the computer a long time. Yeah, she's cute. She's very, very cute. Oh, cats are the worst, aren't they? Cats are the worst. Exactly. Yeah. Like they bug you and bug you and bug you until you just relent. She's incredibly smart. She is very smart. That's the problem. She's very smart. Yeah, she thinks she's slick. Yeah. I've got her number though. I don't know whether I thank you for the £10, but thank you very much. I agree. I do agree. I do agree. Like we've got some roads around here, down the other side of the village. And it's very dark at night. Very dark. And if you think you know the roads, yeah, good luck with that, because you don't know what's around the next corner. Because generally there'll be sheep or something stupid sitting in the road, like one of the farms on that road has got geese. So the geese get out, they're all over the place, you know. You think, oh well. So am I, Scott. So am I. I can see how there could be foul play involved, but I can see how so easily this could have been an accident. I really can. Oh, yeah. Poodles. I've got a poodle. He's I think he's ready to go out for a week. He's 15. And he basically just sleeps on his couch all day. There's a little couch over there. Sleeps there all day. Eats, potters around, goes out for a wee, comes back, sleeps some more. He's very comfortable. He has a nice little, he's happy. He's happy. He's blind. He's going deaf. Seems happy in his own little world. He's been woken up by them two being nonsense spreaders behind me. He's looking at them like, well, he's not looking at them because he's blind, but he's paying attention. Like, will you two shut up? That's what he's doing. They're very they're drama queens. The drama queens. Doodles, don't get me started. Yeah, well, Tilly's a Labradoodle. Oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you, Carla. They truly are. They truly are. Anyway, I'm going to go. So Cassie's got her wish. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. And it's just an idea that it could just very, very easily be an accident. But we don't know. We won't know until the autopsy results. When that'll come, I've got no idea. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to me for however long I've been on, 1.5 hours. And thank you to Trixie Star and Miss Leah for modding. Thank you for the super chats and super stickers. It's always very, very welcome. And I'll see you very soon. Bye, guys.